that was fish. I saw that. That was good. That was good. It's set. Okay, you see where your flies landed? They kind of landed back towards Russ. You want your flies to land towards me. I'm Morgan Prater. I'm a fishing guide here on the Lower Mountain Fork River right outside of Broken Bow, Oklahoma. I enjoy getting women out of their comfort zones because it's a little bit tougher for us to get out in nature and get dirty, but I like to go against all those statistics and show the boys what's up, you know, and I think it's kind of a cool feeling when you can step out on the water and outfish the guys on the water. Being done with college sports, having to get a real job, I guess, you know, as a college athlete stepping out into the real world, you're no longer an athlete anymore. And when you identify as an athlete your whole life, it's a little depressing, you know? Trey came into my life and brought fishing into my life. So he took me to this one spot and I caught a 5-pound bass. And like I said, the tug is the drug, because after that fish I was hooked. I didn't want him to tie my knots. I didn't want him to tie my lures on. I didn't want to have him come get my lures unstuck. You know, I wanted to do it by myself. And I like to bass fish with a regular rod and reel, and I like to fly fish. There's just something magical about fly fishing. It's a lot tougher. It's a lot harder to catch the fish and land the fish. I mean, you're throwing tiny little hooks and tiny little bugs and thin line, and you have everything working against you. But when you land that fish, the reward of landing that fish is so much greater than if I were to just throw a line out with a worm and wait for a bite. And I like the challenge. And I think that ties in with being an athlete. You know, you like to be competitive, and I'm competitive with the fish out there. I also have to compete with some of these other fishermen too, like, hey, that's my spot, you know? But I think that's a fun part of it. Being a woman is a strength in itself in this industry. I think that it's not common to see women out here just catching fish and being good at it. And so I feel like that gives me a little bit of confidence. And that's what I want. I want women to want to do it. I want people to want to get out and fly fish. I want people to get outside. I want them to, not even if you catch a fish, just go outside in nature and just encourage people to get outdoors. And like I said, the fish is always a bonus. I enjoy beginners. I personally like people who have never fly fished before, because they don't know what to expect until we get out on the water, and then seeing their face light up when they catch something on a rod and reel that they never thought that they could do, you know? Just to empower women to feel confident outside and on the water when maybe they don't, I think that's a really cool feeling. The outdoors to me is everything, for sure. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I wonder what the sunrise looks like. I mean, without nature and without wildlife and all of this, like God's glory and beauty, I mean, what would there be?